Black breath, in the middle of the street, in public, in broad daylight, by Rebecca Nichloson. On an ordinary day, a Minneapolis jury convened to ponder another violation of black breath, and then a declaration, guilty. White supremacy. You slaughtered a man in the middle of the street. You stole a man's breath in public, in broad daylight. You've done this before, violated black breath. You're seldom held accountable, not in the legal, criminal, or political systems in which you dwell, but by an entire people weary of violated black breath. By you, your forefathers, this nation, the legacy of stolen black air. We said we mattered. We strew it across buildings, cardboard, in windows and on lawns, and plunged into catharsis at the declaration of guilty. Our eyes on phone screens, tablets, eyes on TVs, ears on radio, scroll, scroll, scroll through the digital jungle. Wait, wait, wait for the declaration. Yes, we agree. You killed a man in the middle of the street, in public, in broad daylight. We saw you. So many renderings of his eyes, nose, lips, cheeks, ears, hair, black breath stolen from his children, grandchildren, siblings, from the present and the future, from language, words Mr. Floyd might have formed with all that breath, before it dissolved, as black breath does in post-racial America, where black men, black women, black children, black they, and black them bid farewell to breath in the middle of the street, in public, in broad daylight, like in the Deep South, when black bodies once hung from the limbs of oaks and white crowds gathered to behold the spectacle. So many American reasons for why black breath should end, for why black bodies must transition from the realm of the living to become illustration and meme, to obtain immortality as slogan, as hashtag and martyr, hero, idea, political strategy, funding source, proof of liberalism, coping mechanism, and absolution. American reasons for why black breath must end rain down on us. He shouldn't have run. Why was the black teenager out so late? Where was his black mama? Where was his black daddy? Why was the black woman speeding? Why did the black man use a fake $20 bill? Why was the black child wearing a hoodie, holding a toy gun, holding a real gun, holding a knife? Why was the black man reaching for his phone so abruptly? Why was the black man out in the world resembling someone black who committed a crime? But most of all, why was he so black? Why was she so black? Why were they so black? Why did they talk black, act black, love black, feel black, cry joy and grieve black? Why did they get angry black or scared black? Didn't they understand how afraid the world is of black? How afraid it has always been of black, of the power and the beauty of a black nose and a black mouth, black hair, black skin, black hands and ears and lips, black breath, like a whirlwind, like the beginnings of a hurricane, blasts of lightning shooting through atmosphere, black breath that makes and tears asunder, black breath loud like the drums of a deity entering the vein system of humanity, traveling up and down the spine of humanity. Or is it the cadence of black breath, ancient and neo-mysticism, like the spirit of the seed before the plant emerges, like ancestor bones rising from the ocean floor? rising and rising and rising. 9 minutes, 29 seconds. Black breath labored and became shallow. Lungs rose and fell forever. He was a tall, big black man. Derek, were you mad? Cup Foods clerk, what did you think that counterfeit $20 bill would do? What did you think that sliver of a dead tree, that representation of value, could do? He was a tall, big black man. Thomas, were you scared of all that black breath? Did you think it might catapult you into the air, transport you elsewhere? 2, were you scared? Too scared to open your mouth and speak for a black man dying in the middle of the street, in public, in broad daylight? Mr. Floyd entered this world in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 1973. I wonder about the day he first held a football or basketball and understood fully the power he could put behind it. The first time he knew how far he could run. The first time he heard the beats of hip-hop, black lyrical rhythms, words and syllables as conduits for truth. I wonder if, when he was incarcerated, he sat alone in his cell and thought about the possibility or impossibility of black freedom in America. If on the open road when he was a truck driver at dawn, he questioned this freedom, wondered if he was, in fact, the radical vision of all those black souls in the cotton and sugar fields of old. Or when he was a bouncer, the beats of black music pulsating under multicolored lights, like the beats of enslaved Africans on the Amistad. Or when he was no longer a bouncer or a truck driver, and the whole earth plunged into sickness, did he still ponder black freedom in America? Did the beginnings of the inquiry first come to him on the floors of the bricks in Houston's third wave as a child? Did Sissy, his mama, witness him all those years, wondering, too? Or his grandfather, or his grandfather's grandfather? Your heart stopped. You entered cardiopulmonary arrest. There was fentanyl in your blood. It didn't kill you. You used drugs before. They didn't kill you. A white man's fragility traveled from his brain down to his neck and his shoulders, following antebellum pathways of terror, possessing the muscles around his lower thigh, until at once, endowed with the force of all that fear, he gathered your breath into his own lungs. He's over 6 feet tall. Look at all that black. He could kill me, but will he? Was that the thought he had this morning when he went to this convenience store on 38th and Chicago? Was he thinking, I'll kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'll use this $20 bill, then I'll kill him. He's over 6 feet tall. I could take him. I'll show the whole block I can take him. With a grin, with a hand in my pocket, with a knee. Dear Mr. Floyd, I hope up there with your mama, you find your freedom, true black freedom. Out there in the cosmos, the outer edges of the universe, may you find that black freedom sang about in Negro spirituals when the sun was high in the sky and the heat relentless. And one night, when the earth is silent and still, I hope black breath builds upon itself like a whirling ball of energy, traveling softly to you and your mama, to your resting place in Pearland, Texas. I hope black breath elevates your spirit to some place grander than here, some place grander than heaven. Because they're waiting for you, you know, out there. All our black brethren. all our black breath, all our beautiful black breath.